Okay, here's another one. This page, when do you get this one? What does it really mean? Okay, well, like when you have SSL, a lot of vendors, and this is fine, choose not to encrypt everything in the page you're downloading. So because encryption is costly, and it makes sense not to encrypt the logo, the useless and userless agreement, you know. But they get asked, this page contains both secure and non-secure items. Is it really non-secure? It's just not being encrypted on the way here, right? You've already trusted the site. And for you to make a determination, what would you need? Well, you need to know which ones, right? But for this, for the browsers to tell you which ones, it has to download them, right? Which defeats the whole purpose, right, of asking the question. There is no way to answer this question. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, are you planning talking about your suggestion how to fix this problem, or just raise these?
No, I have a whole list of mitigations. Just wait. All right. Another analogy. Okay. This is something that I took from another user, actually, when Vista came out. Vista is really bad when it comes to security dialogue. You install Firefox, you try to delete the shortcut, and you get this, you don't have permission to delete this file. You say continue, then you get this dialog box. It says file operation. You don't really know if they're related, but that one said you don't have permission. Well, this one says Windows needs your permission to do this. The other thing about Vista, which I don't know if you all know, but it's actually these different dialog boxes have colors, and they mean something. So I have a list of them. Blue-green, for example, is a Vista administrative application. Red, Windows group policy. Gray, authenticated signed application. Yellow, not signed application. So just remember to look for that. If you're colorblind, of course, you know, good luck with that. All right. What's unique about this is that you're not even using Internet Explorer. What you're trying to do here is open a file, a zip file on a shared drive. So it gives you this message. Okay. SSL, the most deployed security application, of course. User has really no understanding of how SSL works, how this whole trust application works. They've never really trusted anyone to start with. It's the browser that trusted the third parties. They just click through these these dialog boxes. SSL does encryption of the channel and authentication. Encryption is useful. Authentication part, by most studies, is useless. It adds nothing because users just click through the. So if it was issued by a company you have not chosen to trust. Of course, if you're a smart user, you may try to figure out what's wrong. You open you say view certificate, you look at the certificate. First tab, nothing really you can see here. Second, a lot of gibberish stuff here. Third, your certificate is okay. So you're good. All right. So how do we improve security? Well, by now you know what doesn't work. So it should be easy for us to figure out what works. The best security is the one that the user doesn't see. All the work on application security, making sure we don't have vulnerabilities is great because it doesn't really translate into something the user has to worry about. But we're always going to have vulnerabilities. If you try to make a security technology usable after you build it, most of the time it doesn't work. So as you're designing something, as you're building something, whether it's a protocol, an application, security technology, make sure that you have the user involved throughout the process. We talked about effective security versus theoretical security. Those are always not equal. So figure out what actually is the value of the security. If you're using CAPTCHA, you know, there are ways to counter CAPTCHA, but most users have to enter the letters. They can be annoying. So only really use them when you have to, like after 3 trials of trying to start, you know, create a new account or something like that, not the first attempt. Again, if you keep asking the user for things, they're just going to ignore the question. And when something bad is going to happen, it won't matter. The question won't matter. Of course, shifting the problem to the user is really a bad idea. Now, sometimes you have no choice. You have to ask the question. Well, if you have to ask the question, then make sure that you have enough information in the question that a reasonable user will be able to read and say, yes, I can make a